Yay, we're live, and only 6 minutes late tonight.
Yay! Well, that's
Hooray!
not too bad. Hooray!
It could be worse. So.
Yes.
And
Yes, it
we
has.
have Chad with us tonight. Hi, Chad.
Yeah,
Hello.
Mr. Chad Sachs, aka Battler.
There.
Yes.
Down there.
And now he doesn't want to say hi
Yes.
no more.
Said hi.
Oh, I didn't hear you. So.
Let me know if my microphone's low.
Oh, now I can hear you. Now we're good.
Okay.
So, on our last show, which sadly we had to remove from our playlist, so anybody looking for it won't be able to find it. Yeah. There's a whole big long story. I won't get into that right now.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
Not worth it.
there's a lot there.
Yeah. But you had mentioned, you had a question about the impact of 3D printing on paintball and customization, if I remember correctly. And then
Yes.
I remember it being brought up that you apparently do some 3D printing. So I figured,
I do.
you were probably, a good guy to have on to talk about said topic. So.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question
Well, he does
is-
more than just some.
Well, yeah. But how have you seen the 3D printing changing the way people are modding their gear and their play style?
Well, the biggest thing that I've seen is you used to have the Spec Ops. Everybody had their kitted out A5s before MagFed was cool and all that kind of stuff, right? So everybody's they've always wanted their 416s, their M4s, their MP5s, but no one ever made those kits. So once I think it originated from people using airsoft shells and putting ions inside airsoft shells and whatnot. And now with 3D printing, now that it's actually affordable, because you can get a good quality printer now for $350, and you can print all whatever you want. And the ability to just be like, hey, I want my First Strike Compact to shoot Zeta Mags and be able to make it and it functions fine. Or if you look at MagFed Maker, he has full kits for M17s to run the Vector. He's got full kits to run AK. He's got them for M17 shooting T15 mags or Hex mags or DAM mags. Because you can make any adapter you can use. It doesn't limit your buying platform anymore. It's I run a 468, so I can only run Helix mags. Now you can run T15 magwells, or you can run square head magwells, and I don't know. It just gives everybody that customization they want, because everybody wants to be their own, right? No one wants to have just your generic thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Now, I know that I've recently been looking at, trying to 3D print or, find somebody to 3D print for me, even just a muzzle brake for my printer, so.
Yeah, because for me, I do, big thing I do right now is the compensators for the FSC. I'm doing the SMG kit, the lowers for Zeta Mags, and then muzzle brakes are super duper easy to produce. You can whip up a muzzle brake in an hour and have it printed by the end of the night, kind of thing, right? And the thing is
I'm doing the same thing too.
The thing I like about
Oh
it
my god.
It's a lot of fun to just have people throwing ideas at you, be like, hey, I saw this gun, what can you do with it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So Grizz, I noticed this.
Yeah.
What you got going on?
I know exactly what he's got going on. I know exactly what he's thinking of.
So do I. I got some ideas.
Yeah. Him and his stupid present to himself that he might be getting
It's not
soon.
a present to myself. It's a present from my wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is actually great news.
And it also helps.
That is scary news.
Is paying for the vast majority of the purchase.
Yeah, that is scary news, though.
2 of them in southern Alberta, though. Ooh.
Yeah.
Soon to be 3.
You got one
So-
of those toys, don't you, Chad?
What's that?
A Star 12?
I seem to recall seeing you walking around in a very long black leather trench coat and a funny hat.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That trench coat is my buddy's from high school. He used to be huge into the Matrix, and he had this leather coat he bought from Italy.
Ooh.
And yeah,
Oh,
rocked it out for the D-Day running the Axis side.
Yes, I very much recall that. I'm not talking about the coat itself. I'm talking about the marker you had while wearing
Okay,
the coat.
so the markers I had there, those were pre me doing any modding whatsoever. That was I had a SAR 12 that I was using and a TGR2. And that was
I remember.
quite a few years before I started doing all the modding and everything.
Well, yeah, because first year I met you out at the first shooting for a cause I went to, you brought it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you wanted to show just how effective it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
did
we
the job.
spent like probably a box of first strikes at the target range. It was fun.
Yep. Good times. Yeah. So Grizz, I know you're the curious one about 3D modding. Do you have? Oh, there you go.
What do you find cost-wise? Like, is it, like, price-wise, is it feasible to be 3D printing a lot of custom parts for a marker, or is it cheaper to just...
I would say if you're printing for yourself, it's not expensive, right? But the biggest thing is you're marking up for your time, your design time, your printing time, because like it is literally just heater elements running 24/7 in your house, right? So it's the equivalent of just running heaters all the time. And so like the electricity side thing it's a lot more expensive. Like it's a noticeable chunk on your bill if you're printing. Because I think I'm just about to hit 100 days print time on my printer. I've had it for just over a year now. So like a third of the time it's been running since I've owned it.
Okay.
Oh my
But
god.
like cost wise, material cost is low. It's very much time investment that it takes time. So like for my SMG kit, I think I got it sitting here.
And he disappeared.
So
He's
So
got
for this kit here, this one, it just has the stock lower on it for the time being.
Oh, wow. Hey, that's something, eh?
So
that's sexy.
for that,
Yeah.
that's probably about, I would say, 100 hours worth of designing. And then to print one each test print was probably around 30 hours for a full kit.
Oh, my.
Wow.
So like another one, like this is just like a compensator for a first strike compact. Just another new design working on.
Very nice.
But the camera's lagging behind quite a bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Now, I've had an idea for a 3D printed toy, I guess you could say, but I don't know the feasibility of it. And
Okay.
I know. I'm like, how do I put this? How do I put this?
Not like that.
Yeah, apparently not like that.
Nope.
Pepper, go hard and have fun with it. Oh my god, good thing I've got.
Said to pop up in the comments now.
Zing.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is a good thing I'm on my second extra large double in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
One of the guys around here had suggested, instead of me trying to make a melee weapon out of, cardboard or plastic or something, get it 3D printed.
Yep.
That makes a lot more sense, to be honest.
So like,
Yeah.
what are you thinking though? Like, are you thinking axe? Are you thinking a blade? Or
He
you?
wants predator.
Predator
It's got-
knives.
It's got blades.
Predator claws. Absolutely. Got to be the predator claws.
Oh, easy, Heather.
Yeah, down Heather. Pepper started it, so she's definitely going to finish. Who knows? Oh boy, the shenanigans of SAS. I love it. Shenanigans of paintball, period.
3D. Oh, Jeff, that's such a good idea.
Oh.
Oh, dirty Lego. Oh, what a melee weapon. Just throw some out in the middle of the field.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like you totally could. Like the thing, once I get a larger printer, like where I'm looking into, because like my current printer is only like 8 by 8 by 8 inches, and a new one that we're looking at, probably gonna be building a couple either this winter, is by 12 by 15. So that'll basically like I can print a stormtrooper helmet at that point.
Nice.
That'd be awesome.
I have ideas at that point.
I would honestly be willing to fork out a decent chunk of cash for a very well 3D printed Predator blade. Like,
oh yeah, like
it's not even just because of
Predator anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, it's not just because of my call sign, it's because I absolutely love the Predator stuff.
No.
Luna, quit eating the boxes. I need to move my mountain.
You have to move your mountain?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I've got to move my mountain of boxes. My cats are trying to eat them.
Here, Fred, I am tossing a link into stream chat.
Ooh, Thingiverse.
Ooh, Thingiverse.
So, Chad, I remember in the last show there being made mention of you had kind of a business 3D printing stuff for peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to throw that link up there as well.
Yes.
You know,
I actually, at the end, I
have.
have a bunch of links.
Okay.
I got a link for a bunch of the 3D printing guys and just the stuff that they do.
Okay.
I'm going to be
sweet.
name dropping left and right tonight. So.
Oh, that's all good.
So,
yeah.
speaking of name,
Oh God.
that's actually a really good segue for me to do the businessy stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
please do. While I drool over that link that was dropped.
Okay.
Holy crap.
And I'm gonna throw it up so that nobody has to look at that. So,
Yes.
The show, as always, proudly sponsored by JTAC Gear. Feel free to use that code WESTCAN to save 15%.
Nice,
And also a huge thanks to Armadillo for supporting us pretty much almost since the beginning. So
Yeah. Huge shout out.
yeah. So huge thanks to them for helping us out.
Absolutely. And Chad, you suck. That's just cool.
But yeah, like you can literally do
Sorry,
anything.
Pepper,
Like for my buddy, I did a Han Solo blaster for him for Christmas or for Halloween to go with his solo costume and stuff like that.
That's really cool. Can't believe the things you could do now, hey?
Oh my God.
Grizz, turn your mic on loud. Why are you being so quiet, Grizz?
I don't know. I didn't think I was. That is not something I'm normally accused of. So
No.
I can hear you just fine. However, the one episode where Sarah did tune in, she said she could barely hear you.
that's weird because when I watch the show back,
So-
it's usually fairly easy to hear.
Yeah, you're normally the loudest.
Yeah, you are.
Because I have control of everything.
What got you into 3D printing, Chad?
Basically, a really good Amazon sale.
Hey.
No,
That
Um,
covers it, yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
like my buddy Patrick he's from SAS in Saskatchewan, and Cody as well. They had both been 3D printing for ages. If you've been on the custom pages, you've seen the Lever Action Hammer 7 that's been
Mhm.
floating around.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what Cody makes.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So yeah, like he's been doing all that crazy stuff for so long, and I was like, you know what, I got to get in on this. It's like the price was right. What's the worst thing I can do is it does nothing and I sell it kind of thing, right? So I just
Yeah.
made a deal with the wife. I was like, so if I buy this, I can make money on it. And she's like, okay, whatever. You're full of shit. Whatever. You just do you.
Making money is always a good thing.
And then yeah, like within the first month, just trinkets and stuff for people. I had already made like twice what the printer was worth back, and I was just like, all right, this is actually feasible. So now the business just feeds my hobbies, right? So
Those
It's
shields and shroud
Yeah.
covers that you've been making, Chad,
Yeah.
they're awesome.
Mhm.
I saw Mother's.
Magwell
It's
plates.
wicked.
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah, no, the SMG shroud is a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm working on 2 versions. There's the one that's just the stock one that runs the regular First Strike mags, and then there's the one that'll run the Zeta mags as well. And then like I have a bunch of M17 stuff, or not M17, M5 kits that I'm working on that I haven't really released yet, and just a bunch of little things. I do tank stocks now, like custom tank stocks.
Oh,
Ooh, very nice.
Nice.
I like those.
always looking in for a good one of those.
But yeah, I don't know if there's a way to.
Hmm.
So do you have an actual website for your?
I just
printing
use
business, or
my. I just have a Facebook page for the time being. I'm gonna eventually set up a web page, but I need a few more printers before I start opening it to the masses, kind of thing.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize for any noise off on the side here. My dog is attacking the boy, so
Kind of
Yeah.
figured
That's
it was
quite okay.
yeah.
It's not like the thing with the printing. It's not just the paintball stuff. The paintball stuff is like D&D miniatures and
Oh, very nice.
cookie cutters and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you can see up on the wall over here. I got the
Oh wow.
Wow, those are printing out real nice.
Nice.
Yeah, those are really nice.
Those are
Getting
awesome.
eaten by a T-Rex. That's freaking awesome.
That is just
Epic.
awesome.
That's wicked.
it's a lot of fun because it's like I think the most fun is like you see something and you're like, can I actually make that? And then you throw it on the printer and it works and you're like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Me and a 3D
And-
printer would be very dangerous.
Surprisingly,
That's about being
most
all of us.
most of the things I print are like, it's like my dad breaking stuff on his fridge or his dishwasher or latches on his boat. He'll just bring me plastic shards and be like, hey, I broke this, make me a new one. And it's just like the amount of appliance fixes I've done is unreal.
Oh.
No, Spartan would agree with me. If I had a 3D printer, I wouldn't just be making paintball stuff. I would be making nerd stuff.
Oh yeah,
Lots of
like,
nerd stuff.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
much-
Lots and
so
lots
much
of
nerd
nerd
stuff.
stuff. Lots and lots of nerd
I would
stuff.
literally have like every Warhammer and Warhammer 40k army 3D printed for myself.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It would
Like,
be a lot of
do
old
stupid
ones
stuff.
that you can't find anymore for me.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
with like the one that's one of the next printers I'm looking into is a resin printer. So like those are the ones that are like cast level details, right? And then that'll allow you to do smaller items that are stronger and highly detailed. But then you start going into printers that cost $1,000 to $10,000 depending on what you're looking at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very pricey very quickly the bigger you go.
Mm-hmm. Because like we've been researching an SLS printer, so basically it's laser sintered nylon. So it's like it's extremely strong. It's about 5 times as strong as what we print on our regular printers. But that allows us to print at like insane high detail and like one piece models, everything, and it's you can have it like infused carbon fiber basically, and it's incredibly strong.
Oh.
It actually gives you the ability. The printers are so precise. You can model, say, a 3D chainmail vest, and then you put the chainmail vest into a mesh mixer that basically crumples that into a ball, and you put that ball model into the printer, and it'll print all the chains, and then you just take it out and shake it and clean it, and you have a printed nylon carbon fiber chainmail vest.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. The applications are endless. Now I've just got so many
Holy
ideas.
shit.
We're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
be
no,
getting
it's-
a lot
it's-
of our money soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chad, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
this is a very dangerous episode.
It is a slippery slope, right?
Oh man. I've
Yeah,
been
like you were
needing new
talking-
parts for my TGR, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, like half the fun
Stuff
is
my
just coming up with new
TGR.
stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the ability to just people are like, hey, I want this kind of grip with this on it and with my call sign. It's like, all right, cool. And it's, you can do it up so super easily.
Those Magwell placards, they don't look like they take too much.
No, they're not too bad. I ran them on a different platform before, so I have to redo them for my new system. I just haven't
Okay.
done them in so long because nobody's been asking them for them. So it's one of those things that comes in waves. It's like one person will see something from somebody, and then you'll get 6 other different orders because they're like, "Oh, I saw this guy have this. Can you make me this?" Right?
Yeah.
So you're definitely gonna let me know when you get your bigger printer because I want a Predator helmet and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I knew that was coming too.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out how to build a Predator helmet for the last year, and I'm just like, no, not anymore.
I wanna.
What do you
Of
look
course,
for?
Heather wants pink bows.
Well, yeah, that's a given.
No? They don't hook up to the sound bar?
No.
Okay. Just gonna get loud.
Okay.
I miss
Okay.
it.
All right. I miss
Yeah.
you, Chad.
Just like, you don't
Hi.
have any speakers to make things louder? I was like, no, I do not.
Mrs. Chad, we have not talked in a long time.
Oh boy.
Too good.
No, I hate to say it, but I think I'm gonna be broke next year. Like all year.
Yeah,
next
like
year.
It's
I'm broke now.
Dude, I hear
definitely
ya.
like if you have the time to like learn the CAD programming and stuff, like I basically started fresh and was just like I'll dive in and just learn as I go kind of thing.
That's the best way.
Like,
to
last
do it.
time I did CAD was
Well, yeah.
I learned CAD in high school and that was 14 years ago kind of thing. So
Wow.
and it was way different now than it was then.
Oh yeah. Definitely different. Where'd he go?
Pepper wants to know if 3D printers can print in flexible materials.
Yes, they can.
Yes,
I
you
have-
can. You can print in TPE, which is a flexible rubber.
How much? Well, I guess it depends on the kind of material you're using. What would be the highest to lowest end kind of material you guys would use?
But like, what do you mean?
Like filament wise, like how much is the filament?
Oh, how much is filament?
Yeah.
So like a roll of the
Yeah, thank you.
rubber. So the flexible filament that runs, I think it's like $45 to $50 because it's more expensive. You can get carbon fiber filament for around the same price. Most of the regular just PLA, what you use is pretty cheap. It's like $30 to $40 a roll, depending on the quality you're going with.
Oh, okay.
So like my kits, I would say, so like one of my SMG kits, I could probably print about 7 of them from a roll.
Wow. That's impressive.
So how is the actual strength of the piece when you're done with it? Like, how well does it hold up to the hit of a paint?
It's quite. I've yet to break it. Like I ran my Asval M5 kit all summer. I fell on it twice. It got shot probably 4 or 5 times, and no cracks, no nothing. We're actually going to do some testing this summer. I'm going to print out basically armor plates of different densities of printing material, and we're going to find like
Ooh.
what the strength is of each type of material and what we have to print it at to keep it to keep it solid.
Very cool.
Oh boy.
Please, we're gonna record that
Cool.
and throw it on Facebook or somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
we'll be doing
please.
lots.
You would make a killing if you made plates that can go in plate carriers and
Yeah.
such. Just to calm down those first strikes, you know.
Yeah. What's cheaper than that? The easiest way for plate carriers, what I've used in the past, is crazy carpet material.
Wow,
Makes sense.
never thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cut up squares of the crazy carpet, and you basically have paintball plate carriers.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite
Here, I'll
piece
grab.
that you've made
So,
up
like-
so far?
Yes.
Oh, favorite piece is probably my Hammer 7. I'll grab that 1 second.
Okay. I like showing
This is a
self.
very evil show.
Oh,
A
yeah.
very evil show.
Yeah.
I'm just watching. I'm watching our comments. Just, hey, we need this. Hey, look it up. Hey. It's like,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
you just.
The more we talk, the lighter my wallet feels.
Yeah, I'm already imagining the dollars that I'm going to spend after I get on with the fire department. This is horrible.
So I had to dig that out of the box. So this one is the Scout Hammer 7. So it
Ooh,
runs
yeah.
a 10-inch Nemesis with G-Mags.
That's pretty.
I remember seeing
And-
that. Oh my.
And so yeah, Patrick Baker, he makes all the bolt handles you see going around for the Hammer 7s. He makes all those. The lower itself, Cody designed. I just printed it. He sent me the files basically.
Oh wow.
The stock is the only thing that's not 3D printed. Like the stock is a Magpul X22 backpacker stock. It was terrifying to tear into with the lathe because it's really expensive.
That is a very,
But
very,
yeah, that-
very gorgeous Hammer 7.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
it's a lot of fun. Like I made it. It's not a sniper rifle by any means. It's made to be like 50 yards and under for like flanking and basically
Okay.
that distance and shooting at like sub 6-inch targets kind of thing.
Okay.
All right.
So like that
That's
that
awesome.
that one with the red dot will hit a mask like 9 out of 10 times from 50 yards.
Oh
so
my god,
Pepper-
Pepper.
Pepper in the
No, the Axe Plus cash that just popped up.
That's
That is, like,
good.
so
That is-
typical.
that is so good.
I thought the one before that was really stereotypical Pepper.
Well, it was stereotypical Pepper, but the Axe Plus cash is like the standard reply to any paintball thing. If you want it, Axe Plus cash.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
So like
Oh.
the one thing like we were wondering is like to ask you guys and just everybody else, it's like, what do you guys want to see from modding? Like what are you guys looking for in markers? What are you looking for modifications?
Anything
That's a
that
lethal
makes it
question
more
to ask.
comfortable to carry. Like I know.
Yeah, I
So,
do
like-
agree.
Like
Like, cause right now I'm running my my Tipman, and the number one thing I wanted was that angled foregrip. Like I always see everybody running around with the post, and I
like the Harris style foregrip or like an actual like angled mag pull.
Yeah, like
The one I have, the angled Magpul, like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those on mine, and like that was like the big thing that I needed to just make it more comfortable when I was running around with it. So like for me,
Yeah.
it's always a comfort thing, you know. The more comfortable I am with it, you know, the easier it is to stand there for a while trying to pick somebody off.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I think a lot of the MagFed players would say custom-sized mags.
That too.
Yeah, like the bigger
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I know when I was still running my...
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chad.
So we're actually looking into like more custom pistol size mags or SMG style mags because like we feel that that's what's more lacking Because like there's ARs everywhere, you got sniper rifles everywhere, and you're just
Yeah.
you're lacking more pistol options, right? So
Yeah.
No, I do
Yeah.
agree.
I believe Max Stacked is coming out with a bullpup shell that is 3D printed that just fits right over the TGR2s.
yeah, no, they've had that for a while. Yeah, it's been out for almost a year now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
Has
have
it been?
to
Okay.
yeah you have to
Crazy.
you contact them directly, and they order it from Taiwan or wherever the heck it is, and then they bring it in.
Yeah.
I know
Sass
there
Crazy
used to
Wolf
be
in Romania got the first couple, I think, of those.
Yeah.
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 I know there used to be a kit.
Those
out
aren't
there
cheap
that,
either.
You could get for basically a bunch of different pistols to actually turn the pistol into a small rifle. And then all of a sudden they
That
Mhm.
Sarge that
and that was one thing I was
that
always
Sarge
kinda
kit
wanting
was the most popular.
yeah. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Sarge
Yeah,
kit was
so-
the most popular.
yeah, there was different
Like that
kits
that was my
for...
first,
Go ahead, Jeff.
because like I used to have like I with when the Sarge kit and the pair of arms, like the big long flat one came out, those were like the big huge thing that people were getting myself and other people to do, was modifying the Sarge kits to fit on TPX, to fit on T8s. Like what was it, if you remember the original Obscure MP7 kit for the T8 and T9?
Yeah.
Because like you always you look at the new guns, everything is getting bigger. Like nothing's getting more compact. Like the one thing I think just paintball in general needs, because of all the modding that's being done, is like someone like Empire or Die or even Milsig or someone. They just need to come out with a core system that's literally just a square block that's a valve, a trigger system, and whatever you want to do to it, and then you can just build a body of your choosing around it, right?
I like that. Yeah. That's a great idea.
Sorry, I had to deal with
Yeah.
So who is it? I think the Empire with the ETHA and stuff like that. They've released 3D printed bodies for them, but they're just speedball style bodies. But
Yeah.
now with the MagFed version of it, you'll probably start seeing more printed styles of that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they released the ETHA 2, when Planet Eclipse released the ETHA 2, they released a brand new body kit. And I had the original when I had my ETHA, and it was a decent, kit. 4 bolts held it in place.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the speedballers who enjoy woodsball they're looking for a shell. They're looking for something that's going to protect their marker a bit more as they're running through the trees.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's so. You said if we could find anything, I wouldn't mind finding someone to 3D print me a 468 Magwell adapter for the TGR to run
468?
DMags. Yeah,
To run
DMags
D-Mags.
for my
It's
TGR, because
entirely possible.
I have stacks of DMags and like 5 TGR mags.
Mhm.
So fun.
So like with that, I don't think it honestly would be that tough, because the D-Mags are thinner than the TGR mag, if I'm correct.
Yes, they are.
So something like that would literally just be a sleeve. You could make it to go into the TGR magwell, and then you just probably you'd probably put a detent in the top that way. Because like the problem I found, like M17 FSC, because the way the air blocks are sitting in them, they drop down from where the magwell actually is. So like if you look at the dam, you look at the T15, the mag and the body sits flush together.
Yep.
And then you have a lot more room for when it comes to modifying different magwells. But like with the TGR, you would be able to, but you would just have like basically like one in the chamber. So you'd preload one ball. So you'd have one sitting above the magwell, then you'd insert the magwell, and then you would always have that one extra ball sitting in there. So you'd always have a full magazine when you use it.
Well, that's not bad then. Yeah, I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Ideas.
So yeah, like with my
Mm.
with my kit for the First Strike Compact, it sits 2 rounds above the magazine when you load it in.
Oh, okay.
So you preload 2 rounds, and then when you reload, it allows you to use all 10, and then leaves 2 rounds in until you put the next magazine in.
Nice.
But yes, it is doable. 100% doable.
Ideas.
What's the number one thing that you find people asking you for?
Right now, it's like everyone wants a Zeta adapter for a T8.
Don't
And
blame
like
them.
The look on your face is not happy about that.
No, like it's good. It's like I've done all the work already for the FSC. It's just adapting it to the T8s is a giant pain in the ass. Because just the way the frame is set up is terrible. With the FSC, they made it extremely easy because they made the grip a 2-piece system, so you can actually just the part that mounts to the frame is flat, and you can pop the grip off, and you use the existing mounting points for the grip, and it just bolts on.
Okay.
How do you find that FSC pistol is, like, reliability-wise?
Oh, amazing! Like it's so good. Like first time I ran Zeta Mags through it, I think I put 20 magazines through it. Didn't have a single break. Ran 10 mags of First Strikes through it. Didn't have a single break. It was flawless. Like it works so well. And I just picked up the Nemesis barrel for it, so I'm super excited to use it next year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having one of those to play with.
Yeah, no, like because I have a Nemesis on the M5, the Hammer, and then now the FSC. So.
Right.
Yeah, Chad, I think you're going to be seeing a lot of business from Grizz once he gets his SAR 12.
The only thing I need for the SAR that I can think of is a muzzle brake. So.
Yeah, like
it comes with
are you thinking like Barrett style, or you like want like the big long intervention, or?
I found one.
I can do.
The one that I found, and everybody's gonna laugh, but it's a real steel company called Grizzly Gunworks, and they have one, and it's called the DEFCON 1, or the other one that I really like by them, oddly enough, is called the Grizzly. So.
Go figure.
Hey.
Okay, so DEFCON 1.
I thought it would. Yeah, the DEFCON 1 is the one I like the look of more.
Okay, I see it. I'm gonna see what I can come up with while we're talking here.
I've actually found.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh, you're gonna take my money, man. That's not nice. But I actually found on Thingiverse somebody has already come up with the basic model for it for a Nerf gun.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh dear God.
Yeah. So really, a Nerf dart's not that much bigger than a paintball. So.
No.
No.
Now I'm gonna have to jump on Thingiverse and see if I can find it.
Just gotta grab my caliper.
Not that much bigger.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Bruce, I feel like your wallet's about to get much lighter.
Much lighter. Much lighter.
Well, let's put it this way. I've already been talking to one other guy about getting one that's actually made out of metal. And he told me that would run me about $65 US plus shipping. And
yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Chad, I just threw the link into the chat there.
I already got it. I had found it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the man's fast.
Apparently.
Of course he's fast.
Things are about to get sciencey. Calipers are out.
Yeah.
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 But yeah. That, and if I did go with this look, that WP3D, I'm sorry, would have to go.
Wouldn't it weigh more? I would go the 3D method, just weight-wise. Don't you think?
See, it really depends.
On the end of it,
So, like, you can
I'm
go
not
with-
worried about it.
Yeah, when
That's
you
true.
can go with steel. You have the durability factor. How beefy do you want this thing?
Enough that it's not going
Like,
to break. if
2
somebody
inches
shoots it
wide.
on me. I kind of like the dimensions that it's got there. So
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of how wide it is. It's probably 50 inches or 57 millimeters wide.
Dan, I don't think I've ever seen you this quiet. Oh, no,
he's trying
the
to
Command
think of
Bros.
what he wants now.
That's twice now.
Yeah, the Command Bros.
yeah, Command.
No,
Bros is
my-
quiet.
Oh my god. No, my brain has just been fried today, and I'm starting to go into panic mode. That's all.
Welcome to my world, brother.
Oh yeah. Well, I just finished stage 3 of the Calgary Fire application process, and that killed my brain.
Nice.
And then work this week has killed my brain. And add on to that, a cat who is not feeling too great, trying to pack the house, trying to sell the house.
Why is the cat trying to pack and sell the
And-
house?
No, the cat's not
Just
feeling
cat-
too good, and I'm
needs
trying to
help.
pack the house.
That's not the way you said that.
Oh yeah,
so-
yeah. If my cats could pack the house, I'd be so happy.
Dan needs the help
Holy
packing.
crap. I do need help packing. I need help fixing up the house, like just repairing it from what the cats did.
Damn cats.
It's always the cat's fault.
It is.
Blame the kitties.
Always blame the kitties.
I have a dog that thinks she's a cat. Some days.
Yeah, River thinks. Yeah. I have a cat that thinks he's
Yeah.
a dog.
River's just special.
She's the demonic.
Spartan, did you see what that link that I posted there?
What is it?
Chad is all
Pussy
deep in thought
packing
now.
nothing.
Oh yeah.
Won't let me open the link.
I've-
Oh, I'll check it out in a bit.
Okie dokie.
So what else do you guys want to know?
Well, outside of the 3D printing stuff, what big events are you
Mhm.
planning on hitting up next season?
Oh, gonna do the Juno Beach as always in Regina or in Moose Jaw. My
Which
praise
side you gonna
storm.
be on this year?
I was Allies last year. The year before I was Axis. I don't know. It's
haven't
whatever I
played
get
that
asked
coin
to be
yet.
on. It's usually whatever what side they want me to be on for the event is the side that I'm on.
Oh, okay. Because I know you were on
Alright.
Allied side the first year that I was out there and met you, and then you were
Mhm.
Axis side the second year I was out there. So.
Yeah.
And then I buggered up my ankle, but I got engaged, so win-win.
Win-win.
You win some, you lose some.
No,
Exactly.
Heather, no bows.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
No. If
No, thank you.
if there's
3D
bows, we're
printed
gonna have.
tactical bow for Heather.
Or how's about a tactic
Absolutely.
clown for Heather? If we
I
get
know
tacti-
that.
If we get tactic
I
bows,
had
she
no
get
part
tactic
of it.
clowns.
I take no part of the tactic clown at all. I wash my
Heather,
hands of that.
Yep,
I
I'm not
assume full
involved in that.
responsibility. It's all me.
Oh dear lord.
Chad, you ever gonna come back out to shooting for a cause?
Yes, when I can afford it.
That's
Uh,
fair.
It's a good thing you have this 3D
the-
printing business.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing Skyline again this year for sure because Skyline was an
Nice.
absolute
Ooh.
blast. I did it with a
Yours,
broken ankle this year.
Skyline looks awesome.
Ooh, ouch.
Did you?
Yeah, so that
Nice.
was an adventure.
Ouch.
I'm not sure what else I want to do yet. I want to hit Young Guns. I have yet to be there.
Come out for the 24-hour game. Operation Gold Standards.
Mm-hmm.
The 48-hour game, you mean?
Yeah, sorry. I'm exhausted too. I'm good.
Yeah, Operation Gold Standard is well. Once the new year rolls around, I'm gonna be kicking up
that's gonna be
everything on that.
Yeah.
Take a couple
no,
months
it's-
after the season just to veg.
No, it looks like a lot of fun. I've never been to the course. I've driven past it and stuff when I've been there, but that's it. I enjoyed shooting for a cause. It was a lot of fun.
yeah, that's a
Um,
good one.
Now with the kid,
Yeah.
it's tough to make sure that I have allocating time to both sides of the things now. So I have to pick my events carefully when I'm traveling.
Gotcha. I know the deal.
Other than that, like, I really want to go to PRZ. I have family out east, so I can stay with them if I need to.
That would be a lot of fun.
PRZ looks like an absolute friggin' blast.
Yeah.
OP Honey
Um,
Badger every year just looks like a riot.
Oh, exactly, right. The
And it
one
only
thing
gets
I
better and
found
better.
is like very much fields lack in Canada per se is just like there's not very many like army base style small towns like because
No.
if you're running a field you gotta build said towns, right?
Yeah.
And like that's like my end goal is like helping a field get set up and like have a town and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's just
Yeah.
I enjoy the CQB kind of things. Like Woods Ball is a blast. Like Woods Ball is so much fun. Like I love it. But there's nothing more fun than doing like a really good CQB style city course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the biggest one in, well, I shouldn't say the biggest one, but they have a pretty big one out in Toronto, don't they?
Used to.
Yeah, they
Isn't that Nuketown?
No,
They have
Nuketown's
a
in
Nuketown?
Idaho. Or down in
Oh.
Oregon, Idaho, somewhere. Anyways, it's down in the States somewhere, Nuketown.
Are you thinking
Mhm.
CQB2?
What is it called?
I've seen a lot of videos, and it just looks, a lot of the buildings are 2 stories, like full 2-story buildings, which is epic.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to remember who plays out there all the time. I watch his YouTube videos. Nightmare? Is it Nightmare Paintball?
Nightmare used to play out there. He's
I think
out
you're
here
thinking
now.
of
He's in
CQB.
BC
Or he's
now.
out.
He's in Vancouver now.
Yeah.
Oh, he is
Yeah.
in Vancouver now.
Yeah. But yeah, there
Yeah,
was
yeah, he broke his paintball
CQB2
gun.
out by Toronto, and that one I believe is closed because the people that owned the land wanted to do something else with it, and so CQB got shut down. Yeah.
Uh,
That makes
Pepper,
sense,
it's and Pepper said it's also, we were talking about Flag Raiders.
Oh, okay.
Flagger, that's right.
That's the one.
Flagrant.
Dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, Nightmare was strictly out east. He's out playing outlaw ball now. He doesn't play a lot of regular ball out there on the West Coast now. He plays outlaw ball.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, he's on the island now, and
what I've gotten
that
from a
last
lot of our
video of his
past
was
guests,
absolutely
there's a lot of
awesome.
outlaw ball out that way.
All you're talking about is his $1,500 oops.
Yeah, that $1,500 oops.
His $1,500. Let's just tap it in.
Yeah, just jam one right in there. Why not? Just break the handle. Oops.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good.
Greg is
That's
saying
what not
that,
to do in that situation.
Andy's field in Swift Current has got
Yes.
some CQB. That's not far from you.
Yeah,
Oh.
Andy, we hit up every event for Andy's field. It is quite a field.
Yeah.
I reached out to Army Paintball earlier this year.
No, it's very much a amazing field.
We may have to add that one to our road trip list.
Our bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like this is a very, very quick sketch that I did, but you'll get the idea. So
Dang.
That's a quick sketch.
Wow.
there you go.
Holy.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of sexy.
He's speechless.
I've been
Yep.
speechless
like-
all
Taking my
night.
money.
Yeah.
No, so like basically like that was like very, very quick. But when it comes down to it, it's like as long as you can get dimensions, all that kind of stuff, you just have to like slightly size it up. Where it usually looks weird with 68 cal stuff, because when you look at most of the stuff, it's got the little tiny like 45
Yeah.
cal or 50 cal hole in it. So you have to scale it up slightly, and usually it works out.
Yeah. That's why I thought, like, when I found the one and it said that it's for a Nerf gun, I'm like, hey,
Mhm.
this works well.
Hey, this will work. Yeah.
It's just a matter of trying to thread it. So, yeah.
So like the one thing that I use a lot of times, like I can print threads on mine, so you can print the threading into the plastic, so you can just screw it straight on.
Oh.
The other option is like I usually just use I'll use a set screw, just wrap a little tiny piece of electrical tape on wherever you're mounting it, throw it on, and then just use a 4mm set screw. And that I've yet to have anything fall off or break off or anything. Like all my suppressors that I use for the M5 and the hammer and all that stuff are all just held on by a small set screw.
Good to know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you can do whatever you want. Like it's all there.
So now that you've
Wow.
gone
That's
through all
crazy.
the work of, figuring that out, I gotta ask, what would the price range look like on something like that?
Something like that.
I gotta ask.
Let's see. I'll toss it into the printer just to see how long it would take. My guess, it's probably like 6 hours, 7 hours to print, and I usually charge like $3 an hour for printing.
That's not bad at all.
Wow.
No, less than $30. Just charge them straight up 60.
No, like the big thing it comes into, it's like it comes down to design time. It comes down to who it's for. Like, there's a lot of people that like I just trade straight across, like because they produce stuff. I'll just send them stuff straight out, and they send me stuff back, right?
Yeah, I don't have that capability.
Nut.
Yeah, you do. You make really good jerky.
Well, there is that.
Hey, I love me some fucking jerky.
Hey, there you
I
go.
am a
There you go.
jerky fiend.
Yeah, I'm looking to pay in beef jerky.
There we go. Right there.
Oh.
Gotta love the barter system. Hey, maybe
Absolutely. I love the barter system.
All right, let's see here.
I have. Dan, you're still quiet.
I know.
Like I said, he's still trying to figure out.
Unfortunately,
what he
I'm
wants to
quiet because my brain is going like this
Yeah, mine too.
with too
I have-
many things. Like,
Yeah.
I kid you not. I had an image of me rocking a full out frickin' Predator armor with the pauldrons and shit like that. I'm just like, that's awesome, but
I am
no,
Jewish. Do
that's
I get a discount?
expensive.
So for anybody that catches this on YouTube after the fact, that was a comment by Pepper. So
Yes,
That
that is
I
a
didn't- I
Pepper
didn't
paintball
actually-
comment.
That is a Pepper paintball comment. I'm just reading it out loud. I am sorry. Oh, Pepper. Oh, Pepper. Always looking for a discount. Hey, bud.
well, I know everybody
probably
kept
read the
saying
chat.
that when we announced the JTAC thing, everybody was saying if you stroke Jester's beard, he'd knock an extra 5% off. Well, Chad's got a beard,
Mhm.
Yeah.
people.
Yes, he does.
So like if I were to print this at like my high quality, like if I run like a super small layer height and
Mhm.
everything, it'd be like 36 hours.
Holy Hannah.
But that's
Wow.
for like my miniatures and stuff like that. So for a 3D paintball strength thing,
Yeah.
it would be 7.5 hours.
That's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
So 5 pounds of 5 pounds of jerky.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Go out and buy the equivalent amount of money in beef and turn it into jerky. Now I really got to make it out to Juneau.
Yeah.
Yeah. Juneau this year was a lot of fun. They definitely changed up the field this year.
That's what I was hearing, that the whole gameplay was different from what I remember. So.
Yeah, no, it was a lot different than last year. A lot more different dynamics, trying a lot of newer things.
Okay. So, yeah, Tomahawk was out there and was telling us a bit about it when we had him on the show here. So. But, yeah, no, it's definitely a game that I plan to make it back out to, because I gotta make up for only getting to play for 15 minutes the last time I was there. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then my ankle had enough and said no. So.
God, could you imagine Pepper and Heather on the same field?
Oh my God, the shenanigans that would ensue would be amusing as hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would.
No,
I don't think General would be too thrilled about it though.
I don't think Heather would be too thrilled about it. I guarantee you Pepper'd show up dressed up as a clown.
Yep. Is there any other way?
White fill paint only. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Speaking of fields of paint, so like at Army Paintball, I think he's one of the only fields in Canada to run red fill.
Nope. Red Creek.
They run red fill?
Oh, they do as well?
They had red fill they had a run of red fill this season, and out at shooting.
That stuff was horrible.
But out at shooting for a cause, everyone was dumping their red fill paint into my kit, and I'm like, well, what the hell do I do with this stuff now? Like, I broke four of them.
No.
It looked like I cut an artery out of my leg. Like, holy shit, I don't want to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it makes good for people who like to wipe. That's for sure. Because it's like, oh, it's smeared everywhere now.
Or pink, right? Yeah. Bright Pepto pink.
Yeah, that would work.
I've had a couple bags of bright Pepto pink fill, and you know when they wipe. Oh yeah.
I agree with Pepper. Red fill's bad for the insurance peoples. They don't like that.
It is.
It really is. I remember when I was playing at Weekend Warriors, for some unknown reason, my team decided to buy the Inca Jungle Blood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a horrible idea. We literally had the enemy team looking like we had been like filling them full of holes from real steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nightmare. Like my team got into so much trouble, but it came down to the field allowing us to use it.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. That's what most people need to just realize. It comes down to having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just everything just gets so
things I want
so
to try
serious
it once, but you know.
Yeah. So yeah, like our end goal is we want to get into a lot higher quality prints. So like the stuff they use for prototyping. So that's the laser sintered nylon. And so like that's like the next pipe dream that we're gonna look into, a few of us.
Anything with lasers is cool.
Oh yeah.
Lasers are
I gotta
fun.
put that out.
Lasers are fantastic.
A lot of fun.
Everybody likes lasers.
Yep.
Yeah, have a few projects on the go.
What is the big project idea that you have that you're trying to work towards? Kind of that whole one day I will be able to make this.
Still fit it, like the big thing I'm focusing on right now is like my First Strike Compact The Zeta mag adapter is the first thing I'll be working on. I'll probably look into do like a half dam mag adapter and a custom mag that we're making as well. And then from there, I kind of want to do like a rifle stock. So like something that you can drop an FSC into and make it a like full size rifle. And like you can use like the way the FSC is set up, like you could use it mil-sig mags really easily with it. They would drop in nicely. I'm working on a pump shotgun Hammer 7, so it'll be mag fed pump shotgun. One second. Yeah, the big thing is just making like better quality parts, making them stronger, getting rid of the stigma that 3D printed stuff doesn't last.
Well, from what I understand, it's not a straight up and down print process. It's a honeycomb print process, right?
It depends on what you use. So like the infill that I use is called gyroid. So you think of like how sea sponges are. So here I can actually zoom in on the infill on that compensator. So the infill on this stuff will look like, here I'm going to make it less dense so you can see the pattern a little better. So here's what this infill that I use. So basically it's all one solid piece.
Oh, okay.
And as
That's awesome.
I'll show you.
Oh, wow.
So as it goes down, it actually curves and does basically a cylindrical effect, right?
Oh, sweet.
And that way it's all one piece. And like you can actually, the way it's printed is if I were to put a hole in the bottom of it, all the chambers connect to each other. So you can actually, if you wanted to, you could like fill it with resin or glue or whatever, and you can make it one solid chunk of plastic.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Whatever you do, don't make a Titanic out of that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like the one thing we really want to accomplish is like being able to make a platform that people can customize to whatever they want. So like whether it's a valve that's pump action, a valve that you can do full auto, a valve you can do semi-auto or whatever. But something that's just like literally a valve that's a square brick that you can put into any shell of your choice, like whether it's an airsoft shell or a
Nerf shell.
rifle stock.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Kind of quiet. I can turn you up a bit.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Well, that's the
music a
thing.
minute ago.
Oh yeah, there's party thumping here now.
Well,
go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say we've kind of hit our hour mark, and
Oh.
yeah, I hate to cut it short, but if I don't, let's face it, we could talk about this all night long.
Oh,
And
Exactly.
I am going to end up very much in debt from having to buy a whole lot of beef. So,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna toss a bunch of links in chat right now.
Please do, because I know everybody's
Yes,
been
sir.
chomping at the bit to be able to get a hold of some of those. So,
I think Pepper actually just wants to give you his wallet at this point.
Yeah, Pepper's just
Yeah.
gonna give you the next 10 paychecks of his, I think.
I think Pepper's the only one.
No.
So basically,
No.
I'm just linking all the bigger 3D printing guys, basically,
Okay.
and just the projects they do. So Cell Swords is out of Australia, New Zealand. He's the guy who makes the Mac 10 and the Luger style T8 modifications. Cody is with Epoch is the lever actions.
Ooh.
Ray at MagFed Maker, he does crazy kits for basically everything. He's got AKs, he's got 416s, he's got Ace 21s, whatever.
Oh,
Zach with King Customs, he's done a bunch of ground up builds. So like he's made like a SMG that runs an ion shell. He's got a bullpup. He's got an AUG bullpup that runs an ion.
These links are dangerous.
The one group of people you need to keep your eye out on in the next little while, we can extend it just a tiny bit, is Opforged, if you've ever heard of them. Dan Straka and their guys. He is making a full-out AK marker.
Ooh.
So he's using AK shell, like actual real steel AK shells, and he runs a 3D printer business in the States, and he has like the $150,000 to $300,000 prototype printers. So he has like insane quality style stuff.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I will find his page real quick here. It has like the action, the bolt slides as you're firing, shoots first strikes.
Same style.
He has
safety?
his everything. Just what this link here. Take a look.
Ooh.
Take a look. You will be. It's thoroughly unreal. He has his own AK printed mags that are rock and lock.
Oh.
That is a very deep rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So
Very.
they figured this next year they'll be able to be doing. They're gonna start selling, but like they have the Alpha style AKs. They got AK-74s, AK-74U. They can do the Bakelite Orange in the mags. They can do the standard wood grain. They use actual wood grain in stocks for them. It's just the quality, craftsmanship, everything about it is just absolutely insane.
I think Chad just turned into a little bit of a fanboy. A little bit.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
okay,
turned into a
I've done it
fanboy
many
by
times.
about that much.
I've already like I have a stack of cash literally in the corner just waiting for him to be like, we're selling these now, and it's just going to be throwing my money at him at this point.
Shut up, take my money. Gotcha.
Holy.
Oh man.
Or in my case, take my jerky. That sounded wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently I'm in one of those moods tonight.
Well, this just went from
Oh, boy.
you to wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
I think that's a great note to say it's time to say goodnight.
Yeah, I was gonna say. On that note.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks for having me on. A lot of
Yeah.
fun.
For coming
Yeah,
on.
thanks
having
for
you on,
being
Chad.
on
You
there,
were
Chad.
right.
So it was definitely greatly appreciated. Yet anybody that's still watching, please definitely go and check out that list of links. Also, I'm going to throw this back up for a sec. Please check out their sponsors. Use that promo code over at JTAC. Say thanks to Armagillo. And thanks to everybody
Absolutely.
who stuck around and chatted with us and watched us kind of geek out about how our wallets are going to get lighter. So,
Yeah.
Pepper. Oh my god.
Pepper, I need the 3 on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's 4 more digits missing, I believe.
That too, and 3 on
No,
the back.
maybe. I don't know.
Also, if you can just take
Yeah,
Yeah,
photo,
and 3 on the
do
back,
the
plus
signature
expiry.
Yeah.
Have a
Night,
good
everyone.
guys.
Night, everybody.
Have a
Take
good
it
night.
easy.